All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this video. Clearly, steps to becoming a better reader, a step-by-step guide to increase reading comprehension. So before we start reading, we've got to learn the basic steps for reading. And I know we've talked about this throughout the year, and especially in the beginning of the year, but this is going to be your cheat sheet, and so you're going to keep this in your folder or your binder or whatever it is that you're using for this class. And so you'll be able to refer to this throughout the rest of the year. First and foremost, as always, name, date, and period go up here. So name, the date today is the 3rd. 3 whoopsies, sorry guys, October 2017, and period, whatever, 3. Okay, and so what is the first step? The first step that we need to do when it comes to reading is we need to number each paragraph so multiple readers can always find the same spot quickly and easily. The reason that this is important is because as we get to read, there's also we need to be able to find the same spot very easily and quickly, so we're not look for this sentence. It's the middle of the paragraph on page 37. No, not that paragraph. It's the one underneath. Right? Super difficult. So we number each paragraph so multiple readers can always find the same spots easily. That is going to be step number 1. And this is for anything we ever read ever for the rest of the year. And to be honest, I even did this in college as I was reading my text in my college courses. So this is just one of the first things that you should do as a reader. The next thing that we do after we number our paragraphs is we just read the text all the way through to get the gist of what is happening in the story or what the whole article or piece is about. So the purpose of our first read then is we don't take any notes. We don't pick up a pencil. We just read it to go, oh, okay, so what is this about? And then you can go through that and you can start to analyze it and start to think about it and start to understand it. But you can't understand individual paragraphs until you've read the whole story. So we read the text all the way through to get the gist of what is happening in the story or what the whole article or piece is about. After we do our first read, you did this on the blast, we're going to chunk things out. And the whole purpose of chunking a text is to be able to look at sections of the story or the nonfiction piece or the text that are all about the same stuff. It makes it easier to do the next couple of steps when we're reading. So we need to divide the text into chunks. We draw a line between paragraphs that are similar to divide the page into, I always forget how to spell this word. Separate? No, that's an E. Separate chunks. I know I'm an English teacher. I'm not the best speller in the world. I'm getting better. It's all good. So we're not reading at all. So we do the first read, then we go through and we chunk it. Once we know what the whole text is about, that's when we can start to chunk it. And then we get into our second read. And this is step 4 as we are becoming a better reader. Step 4, we read the second time, but we only focus on one chunk at a time. This is going to be the step where we start to really fully understand the story and what is going on and why it is going on. So read the text focusing on one chunk at a time. Annotate to begin to understand the text. Remember, this is where you can, these are the symbols that you can use. You can use a star. You can use an exclamation point, a question mark, a smiley face, or a big fat X. Also, circle any unknown words. So we read each chunk, we annotate the chunk, and then after we've annotated it and we finally are starting to understand what this chunk is all about, we write a summary of each chunk in the left-hand margin. And I saw you guys do this. I had you guys do this on the blast. It worked really well, and I saw a lot of you focusing on that and doing that. So that was excellent. And remember that a summary is you're basically just briefly in one or two phrases or words telling yourself and reminding yourself, what is this one chunk about? And your goal for this is to be able to, if you're needing to refresh your memory and you go back and you're looking for evidence or something, sometimes you don't actually need to read the text. You just go back and you read the summary of like, okay, so I'm looking for this piece of information. Where was it? Oh, it didn't have anything to do with cars. That's the summary here. The car trip. It wasn't about the car trip. And then you can look at the summaries to see, oh yeah, it has something to do with the party, and this chunk is about the party. Okay, and the third and final step of becoming a better reader and increasing reading comprehension is to do your third read. And this is actually the most difficult because A, you've already read it twice, and you're probably a little like, I've already read it twice, I just need to get it done. But it's the hardest because this is where you really start to apply the prompt or the reading assignment to the read. And what do I mean by that? During the third read, I will give you an assignment. And now you're going to have to read the third time to find pieces of evidence that you can use in your assignment. And we haven't done that yet, and so this is brand new to you. So, but we're going to be doing it with the next short story that we read. So, teacher will give you a prompt or area of focus. For example, I might say, okay, for the third read, I need you to be focusing on anything that has to deal with self-reflection. Or I might say, your writing prompt is to explain why the character did this. And then you'll read the third one, and what do you do while you're reading? You're still only going to focus on one chunk at a time, but you're going to highlight any details, key words. Whoopsies, I didn't leave you enough of a line there. Keywords or ideas or quotes that support your answer for the prompt. So, for example, in Harry Potter, I might say, I might have you write about answering the question, why did Harry Potter decide to sacrifice himself to Voldemort at the end? And you would have to read each individual chunk, and you would find specific details where maybe Harry Potter said, I love my friends and I don't want them to die. You would highlight that because that supports your answer for the prompt. Why did Harry Potter kill himself? This supports your answer. Keywords or ideas. Love is a key word as to why Harry Potter decided to sacrifice himself to Voldemort. Key ideas. The idea of bettering the world, making sure people are safe. Okay, these are keywords or ideas that relate and explain your answer for the prompt or the area of focus. So this is, like I said, your cheat sheet that you will use for the rest of the year. Hopefully you wrote nice and neat so you can keep it forever and ever and ever. I'm going to look forward to seeing this out at your desk whenever we're reading something. I'll be like, get out your steps to becoming a better reader. What's the first step? Study this because we're going to have a test on it soon. Thanks. Bye.